Hi everyone, I'm Alfie Wise. I'm a performance designer who studied at Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama in Cardiff. I'm interested in painting and interaction between people and spaces, so I guess that's why I'm on this MA, to try and figure out how that's going to work together and how I can make a living out of that. So I think what I'm trying to find at the moment is an understanding of theory and how to link that specifically to practice. I'm really trying to consciously link the two and create something that is informed and allows me to go on professionally, again, like as informed as possible, to create good design work. So there's a lot of confusion as to what a concept designer is, something I only just figured out recently, but it's someone who creates ideas. I use Photoshop and Blender and Fusion 360 as well as traditional skills to achieve this. But a lot of people use a lot of different things. It's just creating ideas, basically. The role of a concept designer is basically to visualize. They enable ideas to flow. Their ideas aren't necessarily always used in the end product, but they work closely with both non-design fluent and design fluent and creative people to create ideas. I like the idea of working with people in my design practice. I always have. So here's some concept art I've done of people. I mean, character, identity, visualization, and how it can all link together, both fictionally and like non-fictionally. Objects would be the next thing. So product development, understanding form in relation to the bigger picture. Here's some cars I designed on the brief of, I think it was Royal Landspeed Cruiser. Creating something that again is fictional, but the skills are transferable. Another skill that I work on is working in environments, something I do quite a lot, and how to create a new environment or enhance existing ones, something that I think I'm going to be working on a lot on this MA. Working on existing environments and how to better them for human use, to be honest. So basically, how does any of this relate? It's the idea of taking people, objects, and environments and assessing the relationships through theory and discipline, how they react and relate to and vary, looking through different design microscopes, product design, graphic design, performance design, all of the different kinds of practices. Research stems, so looking at different ways of finding relevant research, polls, questionnaires, interviews, reading papers, watching videos, discussions with professionals, and gathering all of that information to spark ideas, the first step in creating something. Okay, so post-Covidism. So this prompted me to think about the situation we're finding ourselves in. How can we be better? Things can't really go back to normal because that doesn't future-proof them. Because eventually this will happen again. So post-Covid design theology or manifesto, inspired by the Italian futurists. This moved me on to The Third Place by Ray Oldenburg, a sociologist. The idea that in a pandemic we lost the third place, the first being home, the second being work, and the third being a social space. Beer gardens, pubs, cafes, clubs, etc. It's the heart of a community's social vitality, is what he argues. So then I moved on to the Winter House Institute's social design pathways chart. It allows you to map out various ways of solving complex or wicked situations from small individual scale to the global collaborative scale. It's a great idea for getting ideas, a great way of getting ideas down. So the next thing I did was I plugged this into the idea of coffee shops or pandemic proofing coffee shops. In 10 minutes, I had 9 ideas that I could follow. I've done this with how to get live jazz music back, how to get theatre back, have a read at your own time, pause it if you want to see some of the ideas, but it's a quick way of getting ideas down. So combining the theory and the practice, this is, I guess, how to take visual ideas and mix them with what I do, using the visual medium to back up what I'm talking about and illustrate my points to people who might not completely understand what I'm talking about. I guess that's the magic of what I do as a personal practitioner and professional. So taking 3 examples of independent situations, completely designable solutions. They can be described visually and they're perfect for a concept designer as well. Again, pause and have a look if you want to see these specifically. But basically you can use them. Coming from a fine art background, I'm taught that the best way to understand and to riff on something is to look at what already exists, observe it and understand it. It's an exercise in observation, both visually and metaphorically, taking in and understanding the subject as well as literally what it looks like. So here's a coffee shop I did a quick study of. So if we take the pedestrianising roads, we can look at previous examples, what works, what doesn't, what's been done, and how we can do something new, most importantly, something it's fresh and it's not just copying someone else's ideas. So moving on from that, I went on to letting the ideas gestate and exploring through my own practice of concept design and using Photoshop. I was informed by the research I did to produce some concepts that could fit to the brief. So yeah, these giant like curved glass roofs that would be rain and windproof, so people could make the main road the place. So I do have like things in coffee, for example, theatre, architecture, live music, product design, interactive design, education, logistics are all things that could be applicable to this idea of post-Covidism that I'd want to look at for the rest of my MA, maybe sub-projects. So I know you can't ask me any questions right now, but feel free to message me or leave comments of any questions you have. Anything that you find interesting or you want to discuss any further or you don't quite get, yeah, I'm very open to chatting about all of this. So thank you very much. I'll see you guys later. Bye!